is where we're getting started. Honestly, the best hardpoint map for both of these teams as well. So, nice little square up map to kick off on the series. And again, these are bubble teams when it comes to champs as well. So these are the matches you are playing against. It's one thing to lose a match and not get CDL points, but if you are giving CDL points to a team you are actively competing against that are right next to you in the standings, it can be a dagger. So very close to a must win rather for both of these squads. And obviously you saw the stats. Diamond Khan, absolute shooter. He's been fantastic this year. Always got to keep in the back of your mind. We've said pop off potential a few times. He's a candidate for sure.
We say 6-pointers quite a lot in the UK. I'm not too sure if you'd get that reference, but this is one of the absolute must-win for both of these two teams. And for Diamond Con, yeah, look, I mean, he has been a real standout. I'm interested to see what Los Angeles Guerrillas can bring to the table here. Seattle Surge, can you find the bounce back from what has been a torrid time? Looking over towards P1, Elliot Guerrillas looking over for the P2 side. It's all trying to get some control. Over towards top 3, gonna get gunned down with stocks. Couple of kills coming on through. Brezzy can't quite make it over towards this P2 side. Gonna be fighting for that control over these spawns very, very quickly. 10 seconds to go over towards P1.
Yeah, plenty of time as well to start to work the break. You actually had Hook taking a route, maybe to run straight towards P2 and repositioning, thinking about a flank, or maybe wants to be on point with his teammate. So Surge going to be coordinating, at least 3 players together, but Estriel might just be the guy to break it down late to the action, but it's because he's waiting for the kills to be free, getting told where to go, and really right now just chasing those red dots. Can't get the cleanup, but either way, strong start on P2 there for LAG. They know now with the spawn coming through, no flanks are going to be in. All guns forward.
Can they hold tight? Big gun win from Brezzy. Finds Assault, and all of a sudden the push can start to come through. Astro with some really good shots on the cross. And at what stage do you give this off if you are Seattle? My word, the snap onto Arcides might just be a case of, yeah, let's choke this one up. 25 seconds to go. Close spawn does come in for a boozer, so potential for him to maybe have a little stab at it, but looking like a rotation over towards P3 is going to come through, and we're going to see if that breaking potential for LA Guerrillas is going to be on the cards here. They're going to need it if they want to try and get through a P3.
Quite literally the setup, right? Again, if you win the rotation at One Old Hill on Karachi, it means the rotation in New going to be a bit more difficult. Great news, though, potentially. Hook just spawned so far out of the action that Hook is doing the rank play classic. He just chowed time for 0 seconds at ult and gets traded. Maybe good news, though. He's going to spawn a lot closer to the time. His teammates win the gunfights around the hill. So you're going to have all 4 guns up. Well, maybe Hook's going to fall again, but ready for the ult.
He'll be there at some stage. He's now going to spawn out, actually, so that might just help Seattle Surge out. A potential pinch on the card. If you can hold it on just while Hook is on his way, then great job. The loser will fall, though, and all of a sudden the control of the point does go over towards LEG for just a second, but here comes the pinch. There is Hook, and it's down to Arcid. He's left all on his own, finds that final kill. But the pressure now starting to come in a little bit closer for LAG. Spawns up towards Junk side. One more go at it. Arcides trying to lock it down. 25 seconds or so to play for here. LA Guerrillas tightening their grip, and there you go. The break comes through for about 20 seconds.
Yeah, overwhelming, at least towards the end, but not worst case scenario for the fact that Hook died basically twice before the hill even really popped. Not too shabby. Yes, LAG have the lead, but now Hook is in prime position behind enemy lines. Get these guys out of top 3, away from the power positions, and maybe make it a bit easier to hold that time. Estriel, though, you see, swapping weapons as well. Has the MCW out and about when the new hill pops, so they're making plays as well. But uncontested for the moment on the hill. It's kind of a situation. If you set foot on it, you're going to die first.
The old Mexican standoff over towards P4. Boozing out. Trying to soak up some time if he possibly can. It is realistically LA Guerrillas in the better spots if they do want to try and find a rotation over towards the next hill, which is ultimately what you're fighting for. And trying to pick up whatever time you can. Just keep them off it, if at all possible. Brezzy trying to stay alive. If you can find the second, that might open things up. And there needs to be a third if they do want to get some time. But now thinking about the rotation, who's going to get gunned? Diamond Con and himself. Well, actually just trading lives there over towards the backside. But LAG going to be the first ones there over towards the next hill. There's a couple of seconds available now for the side of Seattle Surge. It's going to be about a 10-point game by the time we get over towards the next hill.
Yeah, full setup, though, from LAG, right? Yeah. Diamond Khan is going to be watching the full flank. He can watch over Fame towards the middle of the map, so Fame gets traded, but he actually trades out his own life. And, of course, off spawn right there to pick up the lane that he just let go. So Diamond Khan gets picked up, but next man in line, Fame back in the action. And as long as he's alive, you have a little bit of hope. Seattle actually win gunfights on the players outside of the hill, though. So LAG not collecting a good chunk at this time. And pretty much on the past 2 hills, Gorilla's been playing almost a game of keep away rather than collected time, but the keep away has been going strong until Hook delivers the 2. Seattle get the 3rd as well, and that is a big break for 30 big seconds. Surge likely going to take the lead at the end of this time.
Yeah, huge for Surge. As you said, you know, you are trying to play keep away to a certain degree, especially if you don't win that rotation. Keeping them off the hill is as good as you yourself getting points to a certain degree. We're going to soak up the final 15, and we back over towards P1. It is going to be an ever so slight lead for the side of Seattle Surge. Decent enough start from both these two teams. It definitely feels like Hook is there or thereabouts, isn't it? 14 and 11 interactions off the chain. But it is going to be Seattle with the lead as we head back in towards P1. P2 control currently with the side of Seattle Surge. Can they keep a hold of it? Astriel trying to get some kills going down over towards the red side. See what he can do with this, but he's being hunted right now. Yeah, Seattle Surge definitely want to keep a hold of those P2 spots.
And it was 2 players at least that he was dragging their attention that direction. Makes his teammates' job a little bit easier, at least for the initial few seconds. But back towards that square up. Nice shots with Rival 9 out of Estriel. And those good shots continue. Ripping heads. Boo's going to be forced to back down. Him and Hook maybe waiting for the square up on time. But these are the gunfights that are difficult to win, to say the least. I mean, Diamond Khan's got a great heady. You get number 2 Fame up in the power positions as well, and that is a phenomenal hold. Might be the best still for LAG all game. It comes from a P1, and with Fame getting kills on the flip side, maybe the opportunity to put pressure on this rotation. LAG setting themselves up for another break again.
Luke only knows forward and gets caught out. Over towards the junk time. You can already see Fame's going to try and make a play from the flank. Can Brezzy hold it down from the front? No. So dangerous situation now for Surge. You lose a lot of time over towards P1. You're getting pressure to P2. Assault, you can't win that gunfight. Oh my word, it's just a breakdown. Seattle Surge a fold far too easily. Really nice break coming through from LAG though. Works out perfectly in every single different angle. That's a massive break at P2.
And if you notice, Fame as well on the 5 spree, 1 away from the cruise. Those kills started, by the way, on P1. So he has played his life fantastically. He's got the cruise, he's got the extra kills, he's got the feed, and his team has the time because Fame is doing everything else on the map. Finally, he's going to fall, but does that death even matter? 20 seconds left on hold. And you actually have Hook sprinting at it, so, well, he's just going to fall. Bonus time from LAG, who the past 2 hills, they've blown the game wide open.
Absolutely godly from Fame there. Whatever weapon he wants, whatever gunfight odds you want to give him as well, doesn't matter. He's going to be dead rights in a second. He is probably going to go down. I don't think he was actually seen towards the backside, but irrelevant of that, cruise missile incoming. Seattle Surge have to sit tight, and that is now going to allow LAG just that little bit of breathing room to try and push through and find a break here. For all that things were looking very, very good for LAG over the last 2 hills. That should be a hold down for Surge. Diamond Khan towards the back though, chance.
Yeah, that was a hilarious minimap, honestly. Fame was in the cruise missile, and you still have players on Seattle that were just chasing a guy that was not moving inside a coop, but all's well that ends well. You just got to read the flank. The positioning is there. Gunny there as well. Brezzy and Hook are able to get it done, so Surge may be working on the comeback. I think LA Gorilla's not going to let that happen. Let's go to a listen in and see how they orchestrate it.
Fine. I spawned right on top. Money spawned, yeah, top trips, Alex.
Look at this guy.
There's Townie, trip bundle.
Trips to 3rd.
And top trip. I spawned jungle too.
One's bridge. And one's low P4, bridge.
Counting all time, bed. Top third, Alex.
Let me P4 right here.
I'm no AC first.
Yeah, he's good. I'm good. Okay. Brick splat, slow play again.
I guess
I saw one.
I needed it, watch out. I needed it.
I'm top. Yo, in top P4.
Top Brezzy, he's still third. Top P4 and one low shot. Maybe double setup.
I'll see time.
I'm
going through big I'm going through big cover now.
I need it maybe then.
Say one scaff. I gotta wait for you to kill. Let's get on time.
Yo, nothing third. Yo, I'm out middle.
We're missing Alex.
I'm pitching trips.
Gab.
I'll kill. Bottom stuff.
Top Brezzy in place. Top coop last one.
Top coop, one cell scaff.
I spawned down. The shit spawned front.
He jumped down.
He's one shot down. Nice, good trade.
I spawned you.
Okay. 25 on this, yep. Alec,
I have my bottom.
Go on your top.
I have my bottom.
Got you.
Bottom,
I'm saying third step.
He's in a round.
Third step, got one.
I need a top bed. Top bed already, Alec. I need him with the nade.
I think I got one. Nice.
Alec hit with the nade, that was him.
I
spawn here. I'll play P3.
So top P5, he mid. Reggie.
I'm helping you.
He went mid. 100% went mid.
Oh shit.
I spawned out.
I'm bucking time.
Missing Brezzy. What's out there, Brezzy?
I'm in front. I think top bed.
You can get time, I think. I ever bottom.
I'm on a diner. I'm going to be diner on me though.
They could be top, yo.
What's third?
I'm pinching top. I'm pinching top just to make sure.
You could be top. Bottom, heads.
Yeah, top.
Top Alec, absolutely dead.
Nice.
Okay, top. Let's get back for that. Let's get back for that.
You need to get time? I'll shut top.
He's back graffiti, back graffiti.
Hold it back.
Graffiti dead.
Nice.
I'm stunning your low.
I don't see anything now.
What hit you?
Dumpster me, dumpster Kyler.
I do.
Child,
Tell me, Kyler. Right side bros.
yeah, that's one kind of deep, yo. They could pitch
Hey,
it.
one barrel behind me, front.
Gotcha. Make sure you're trying to row. Trying to row. Yo, one get to me fire. I'm gonna hit this whole time. I'm trying to.
I'm with you right
Trying to
here.
get bridge.
Come on, Diner. Yeah, get my bridge. Get my bridge. Oh, you
Yo,
kill it.
Well, LAG still in the lead and do a little bit better over towards the junk time than they did last time, but still get broken. Seattle Surge very much in this game. Abuza finding those 2 kills. The second one, disgraceful. As we set up over towards P1 again. It's all kind of transpired over the last 60 seconds or so, chance that we now have a close game, but Seattle Surge, they absolutely cannot let LAG get the amount of time they did at P1 last time.
Well, that is the most painful way to start the P1 if you don't want that to happen. Abuza on the bridge just gets gone. You lose the power position. Hook gets abandoned on the time in the swarm around P1. I mean, that's just overwhelming. 20 seconds away, they win this game. The rotation might be easy as well. Hook going on the flank, trying to find the perfect pinch, but it's just getting red. LAG orchestrating this hill to perfection.
Working out so well for them. Abuza does find a way through via a 2-piece from himself. Brezzy will be able to get a bit of control of it towards top 3, but is it too little too late? 10 seconds away. They're trying to hold this down. Can find one, won't find the second. Reinforcements in for the side of Seattle Surge, but Astral from up top may well just rain hell down from the heavens. Can't quite find the second kill. Abuza is there to shut it down, but this is the problem. Rotation is in now for the side of LAG. You gotta leave that scrap. You gotta go fast. Seattle Surge, you need to find a break quick.
And it's crazy spots and just a tight setup right now from LAG. You don't even have time to check the corners. Who checks it, but a player falls in the meantime. Manages to contest, and the break might be in. Abuza finds the extra one as well. Who can Abuza piercing the setup, and DiamondCon last line of defense is gone. Surge have turned this into a game.
DiamondCon does well to even find one there, but all of a sudden the break comes through at the perfect moment for Seattle Surge. They're 30 seconds away. There's 40 seconds to play for. Hook trying to hold this down as LAG just trying to formulate the plan, which way we coming in from. Here they go, but they get flanked in. Hook is there again. Abuza with another 2-piece. 1 player left from LAG. Gun out his socks. 15 seconds.
Easiest hold as well. Watch the dumpsters, watch the alley. Those are the only avenues of attack. There isn't enough of a trophy, but it doesn't matter. The dumpster spot, you just can't get past. 4 seconds away. No one can get through in Surge. The comeback on Karachi is in. They get map 1.
Fantastic break to P2. Makes the game for Seattle Surge. I think if you're LA Gorillas, you are kicking yourself. Commanding position, in the lead by 20 or 30. Chilling at P2. Everybody dies. Seattle Surge 1-0 after a phenomenal break at P2. Great hold to lock it down. There's life of the old dogs yet.
And Surge had quite a bit of pressure on them all game. Not just the fact that they've been playing off of a deficit, basically off the opening break, and we'll get that in a second. In the stats, well, Hook, maybe not a complete masterclass, but top-notch in the damage department. 30 kills, played out of his mind, 23 non-traded. Fantastic stuff by the end of the game, but it's like the junkyard hill, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like it was 2 different times where LAG had the full setup. All 4 players nearby, everybody watching the cuts. You can hear even in the comms and the listening what they were able to do. But Surge, maybe not necessarily getting completely clean breaks on those hills, but instead of being a money hill at all, they just turned it into a distraction. So you just had Surge fighting in the right moments at the right times, and again, just that coordination, the break in the end was completely on point. But this is one of those examples. We're going to a junkyard hill, and you just see those purple arrows, at least on the initial time we're swarming it, just not able to execute on the gunfights to really lock that down for a substantial amount of time. So 2 attempts at it, no success, and I mean, a hell of a game in the end by Surge.
Yeah, really good game. And it does make you wonder back towards LAG for the side of that junk hill, how well they are able to lock it down over towards P1. That's very different. You're thinking about height, etc., but it's not as hard to lock down an junk hill as it is to lock down some decent time at P1. They were doing that pretty flawlessly over the entire map, and well, they only really let things go at that very final hill. I think Seattle Surge were maybe in the lead by a couple of points at one stage during that game, but they were behind 99% of it. And LAG crumble at the final hurdle. The player cam's looking very, very different towards the end. Yeah, Seattle Surge got decent takeover towards P1. just about flirted with the lead over towards P5. After that, behind for quite a substantial amount of time. It was nearly 100 points at one stage, Chance, and LAG let that one slip.
That is brutal to look at. I mean, even just like the P1 and P2 on the second set of rotations where LAG just go on a massive tear to just build that lead. They got to 193 after like the second P2, and I mean, then they were just struggling to get points after the fact. So the slow chip away, the big breaks when you need it, and you cross the finish line barely in the nick of time. That's even a situation where like on the P1 as well, you had LAG players that were in the power positions, top third, top AC, and Surge is like dive bombing the hill, throwing lives away. And that's almost unlosable. But again, that tight setup, they checked the right corners, they got the breakdown, they timed it perfectly as well. Those gritty moments are a difference maker, and well, that is at least advantage now in the series, but certainly a long series to go. Invasion, Search and Destroy up next, and I know this is a map that LAG have played a good amount across this year. I mean, at the Boston Major, they were grinding it. At the same time, though, overall, their record 2-4. So this is a map where they haven't had a great deal of success in the wins department. I know they've had a ton of tight maps, so a lot of round 10s, a lot of round 11. So they're close on Invasion, but they are beatable.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for Seattle, though, it's so important that they got that map number 1. I think it feels like there will be a bit of a weight lifted from their shoulders to a certain degree now, getting themselves on the board here for the weekend and now heading into the second map. But Major 2 tickets available now. If you hit that QR code, I might, you know what? Because I actually think I need one, mate. I think I might have to actually get on my phone and have a little look. But yeah, that's for another day, and we'll need to stop making that joke, as I will just depress myself. Here we are, though. Map number 2 coming up very, very shortly. Any thoughts, particular? I mean, look, for LAG, you absolutely need a bounce back. But where your mind's going to be at, if you are the team in the top of your screen, there, you've got to be feeling pretty bad after pretty much leading the dance the entire map number 1, and all of a sudden you lose it off one break. You've got to be in a tough spot.
Just about the bounce back, though. I mean, you see in the player cams a great deal of frustration on their faces, but you're just looking for the quick one.
You could do with finding it. Arcity's 1.3 KD over the Major 2 qualifiers. Not bad at all. I think that would have took a little bit of a dent against their game when they went against Ultra. But here we go. Into Invasion, Search and Destroy. The 3-0 record overall. Seattle Surge on this map, but that was, I believe...
Yes, as I was going to say.
Yeah.
Old team, it is going to be at least a slightly different look, so I think the stats don't tell the whole story for Surge. However, very aggressive at the start of the round, already checking out P1. You see Brezzi on the cross, able to spot maybe 2 players out, but if there's only 2, that means some player's going to be nearby a street. Who gets the first blood traded out? We got a 3v3.
Brezzi set up over towards the middle, trying to find another pick just to slow this push down, but a nice line across the map here from Seattle. And it's going to force him out, though. The stun's definitely not going to help things as well. Just about gets away in turns and finds Estral. A really big kill coming in from Brezzi. A lot invested to get him out from that tank position. They managed to do so, but they can't take him down. After these good shots on the Diamond Cone, Assault will even the odds to a certain degree, but now it's a 1 versus 2. Tough position for the MVP. A chance to try and find something here. Has the capabilities, but not an easy situation.
And the only thing that was open on the map was the mid lane. He does not choose it. Brezzi had that on lock, and I mean, Brezzi really with the gunfight of the round in the dark alley gets the seals the deal in the end. So big round, and again, just the turn and burn in that little cut lane, the big difference maker without question. So for Surge, perfect record on the map. That is the perfect start.
Yeah, that's one of those for Australia. Like, you know, you've got the kill. Yeah, I've got the kill. Yeah, he's naded. We've stunned him. I'll chase him down, get him. Yeah, we go complete. Oh, no, sorry, I've been gunned. Brezzi had no other option but to lie down and just aim down sights and pray. Honestly, at that stage. Works out for him, though. 1-0 now for Seattle Surge. Now onto the attacking side for them. Pushing over towards the B side by the looks of things. LA Gorillas should potentially have a trophy on the go, but yet to find anything at this moment in time. Pretty much good control down the B street, but need to find a way to get through this defense.
And taking their time to work it as well, right? Stun clear out, top broken, and maybe make a bit of noise and throw a fake. Brezzi toying with the idea of wrapping back and forth. I think Assault is able to spot out some of this information, though, so I think he's got the intel. When he sees players cross over to A, the 2 players from LAG working the B site start to get active. So LAG taking a bit of map control. Smokes out for confusion. Hook thrives in it. Another first blood. And Surge following up as well. A quick 3v2. The pressure that LAG had at the B street going to be successful. Estriel, I don't know how he gets that gunfight win, but Arcades doesn't even get a bullet.
Bomb down irrelevant. Shots from Abuza are clean though. Diamondcon falls. Great shots from Estriel. Makes it a 1 versus 1. Now Hook with the SMG. You know he's going to be close by, around over towards the site. Estriel's going to clear everything out here though. Get himself up close and personal, spots him. Hook makes his move, offers the information over towards Estriel, and oh my word, just doesn't get the time of the shots with the Renetti are solid, but the MCW ones need to be good, and they need to be good very, very quickly. Hook's just going to jink away. Around goes for the kill, and Estriel wins it. How on earth is he able to find that gunfight? And to be honest with you, I think Hook just gave him a little bit too much.
I mean, I think even for Hook, you saw the reaction. He got ripped by that headshot multiplier. I think Estriel might have just had like one of the higher gunning rounds we've seen, because we saw him rip a Booza shooting at a pixel, headshot multiplier out in full force. And again, I was looking at the mini map. I thought Arcades had a free kill down that like B street. Estriel guns him, didn't even get shot once. So Estriel just simply brought the beamer in that round. That is a clutch against a world champ as well. Maybe a top 5 play of the week as well. Estriel saving his team in that moment. All tied up 1-1.
3 kills in the round. 2 of them he was very much on his own. Now finding his way over towards the B side. Not as much of an investment from Surge over towards this side of the map this time around. The reinforcements will be there rather quickly. Starts toward mid, will do nothing but find a trophy. Los Angeles Gorillas just putting the feelers out right now, trying to find some information and see what we can do with it.
Again, in terms of map control, he had Seattle very aggressive. This time Hook does not get the first blood. Brezzy does win a 1 though, so it is even up the odds at 3-3, and he's just going to continue. He does get traded out 2v2. It's going to be the AR players for Surge on the wings of the map, converging towards that mid lane. You get Intel 1 guys in Freezer. RCD is going to be taking a bit of a route. And Boozer right now just waiting for RCDs to make that play. His job is just to not die.
Waiting for the right moment. LA Gorillas, do you have any information? Well, they have got behind the bomb and RCDs can't see what's going on, so it is going to go down. Fame will find a Boozer. 1 versus 1 again. RCDs, goes for the child and gets ripped from Fame. It's 2 clutches in a row from LAG that finds them 2-1 up.
LAG, they care about a lot of things, but that tank is not one of them. I never win those gunfights. I can't rip people on that tank at all. LAG consistent with it in Fame, Chaling as well. Doesn't want to play off the clock. He wants to play off the intel. You know where Arcades is. Take the free gunny if you can get it. Big back-to-back rounds on the clutch factor. Again, Estriel won his against the world champ. Fame does the exact same thing. So over here going against some rings, clutching up with the ice, and well, just to another round we go. Aggression from LAG, but yeah, they run into main AR Abuza in this moment. Gives Surge that first blood.
Shots are crispy, needed to be. That's just gonna get cold here. He might find one before he does go down. Gets out.
Beautiful. Perfect.
I don't think he's gonna know that Hook's behind him, but that should get traded. Does so. Opens up the B site. This is the round. This Diamondcon can keep him off it. That nade's solid. Not good enough. Hook made of tougher things. That bomb will go down and just makes Diamondcon's job the hardest. I like how Hook is just immediately weak off that grenade and just runs forward. I mean, it's just classic. Round goes over towards Seattle Surge Irrelevant. Good plays coming in. In that first gunfight, I think, Fame feeling confident after the 1 versus 1 there. Goes towards that side of the map and just gets beamed immediately.
Yeah, just a deep off angle there from Abuza, who ended up collecting 3 in that round. So a couple world champs lose their 1s. Rookie steps up and make sure to get some momentum back on your side. And Hook doing a nice job of getting that trade as well. Estriel does more or less make the perfect play, but Hook, he's a flyer. He will be running at you full speed. So trade's efficient. Again, tied up 2-2, and a little bounce back as well for the offensive and defensive rounds. A couple trades. As you see LAG firmly playing for picks. It is Hook for his 3rd first blood on the map. Surge have dominated the first blood category. Now you got Hook and Brezzy basically cornered up, ready to go for each other's trades. As long as they don't get 2-piece, they're fine, but they get help from Abuza on the A Street lane. So Surge right now, it is the perfect setup with the man advantage.
This one's under lock and key. At least you would think so. We'll take some sort of gunfight to get this Seattle Surge defense not looking that great. Awesome, good utility. Stun goes out, but Brezzy has yet to potentially trade this one. Goes for it, finds one. Knows that Fame is there. He was the one that found Hook. Now all of a sudden, a 2 versus 3. LA Gorillas with less players to deal with, but with less resources to deal with those 3 players. Still, push over towards A is looking more than likely. Seattle Surge here in numbers.
This could be interesting timing. RC has been going back and forth, and I was going to say the mid lane briefly left open, but Abuza feels that pressure, rotates over, gets the tags, the kills, and they seal the deal. Surge again off the back of Hook's first blood. Perfect setup. Hook and Brezzy are there for the trades on each other, so Hook might fall after the stun grenade and wall bang comes through, but the setup 2 on point. No mistakes being made in that round from Surge. They're keeping it clean.
Very clean. Enjoyed that. Send Hook in, finds first blood, just dips back. And always the problem is with that, you know, we talk about it so much about just being a nuisance and having that presence. I think if you're on LAG, Hook's just found a kill on a DVD. He's either going to still be in DVD or he's moved forward. No, he's backed up, but you have to clear those corners. It just makes things so much more difficult on that attacking round. Eventually do find a way up the map, and it's too little too late. The setup was there. Hook again, another first blood. Really getting the work done here for the Seattle Surge side. Well, back on down as well. The rest of the team are here to back him up. Hook doing mad things for Seattle right now.
Yeah, Estriel just getting caught being way too aggressive down that B street. Might have been some weird intel in the comms, but you have LAG dominating the middle of the map, but you also have Abuza behind all of them. So Abuza has a potential opportunity because nobody is looking his direction, but everybody is barely out of frame. And there's the freebie, but instant trade, because who's going to read that? A wild setup from LAG. First blood's not going to matter unless RCs can clutch this 1 versus 2.
Awkward little spot. Over towards the tank. Again, that's not a gunfight you want to take up against a rival 9. The round goes over towards LAG. It was the first blood that's been wasted this time from Seattle Surge. There has been a couple of them, but that one will sting. I mean, they got a bit of control over towards the B side. Rotate over towards A, and it felt like the players from Seattle were just still sitting tight. Always going to win the gunfights. They get presented nicely. I mean, even if Abuza finding his way back around, I think that's what entices them, right?
It's quite literally, if these guys are not just laying down in the spots that they are in towards the middle of the map, Abuza's getting free kills left and right in intel, but it is just because mainly the guy over by Dark Alley laying down just barely out of frame. It works out perfectly. So I don't know if that's like intel on the possibility, if it's 100 IQ or a little bit of luck, but LAG absolutely going to take it because they're having a problem, and the problem is getting first blooded by Hook again. I think that's 5. I think that might have already tied the record for most first bloods in a search and destroy, and we're tied up 3-3.
We'll get it confirmed, but irrelevant. He's found a lot of them. Doing a really good job, and if you're always in the advantage, if you're Seattle Surge, I would hate to see what the rounds are looking like if you don't find those first bloods. 3-3 now. But Seattle with the commanding position, 4 versus 3. You're on defense. You gotta hold this one down.
And it's, you know, Brezzy has a MCW rather than the rival 9 this time, but it's more or less the exact same setups. The ARs just on the wings of the map. Brezzy and Hook working together, and they just have to trade out whatever kill comes their way, and they're good to go. And if you just win the first gunfight, even better.
Oh, Hook now's made the play again. He's causing so many problems to LAG. On for the ace now as well. Fame will fall, but Diamondcon, while he's on the wrong end of the map for the Hook ace, Harcides is maybe waiting just to help his teammate out. Not going to happen. He will find the kill rather than Seattle Surge. Hook is just flowing like water around the map right now. It's looking so good for Surge.
Yeah, he's bopping his head. He is moving and grooving, and he plays like a wild man. I mean, there's players that are like first blood menaces, but I feel like the impact Hook has, he's running at you in ways that you just don't think are possible. Or like, what kind of crazy person would go for this? Chow, Hook does, and he wins it consistently. And I know he's gotten traded out for at least one of his first blood sort of things, so occasionally the trades are there. But he's been efficient at getting the kills and getting out. So Hook has been a monster, and, well, I know that he has nothing but speed in his heart. He's going to be going right back down the street. Finally, someone is able to catch him. Maybe awkward timing off the jump. A slightly weird route. Buys Fame just enough time to get there a little bit quicker. A big shutdown there for Gorillas.
Speed can sometimes kill, though. This time around, he does get caught out. As he's trying to make a move over towards the hotel side. They are without those first bloods. They are without Hook. Let's try and make this work. clearing our pantry, and now all of a sudden you can maybe make a push over towards the tank and find something from there, but nothing to speak of for Seattle Surge here. No information at all.
It's just painful. You burn the utility hoping to get a freebie, but instead you got nothing. Now Fame actually spots this player out. Timing just doesn't go Brezi's way, and I think Diamond Con in the middle of the map could have helped the trade anyway, who of course, there for the errant kills. In a bit of a calamity at the start of the round, has really just faltered. Surge and a 1 versus 4 now for Arcades. Really nothing you can do.
Don't get the first blood. All of a sudden, a lot of map presence for LAG. Arcades will just walk through the middle of the map though and find the first, find the second. Great shots. If you found the third, then, well, fair play, but the nade was on its way. It was always looking like an LAG round. Irrelevant of Arcades finding those 2 kills towards the end. The second shot's phenomenal, as you would expect from Alec, but irrelevant of that, LAG, really nice round. You find the first blood on the hook, you're chilling. No need to worry about it. LAG find themselves back in the lead once more.
And in the meantime, of course, we've talked a lot about the first bloods. Fame, 10 and 5, already double-digit kills, so there's a lot of good going on both sides of the screen right now. And for what it's worth, 5 is the first blood record. Accuracy, Afro, and Shotzi all tied in that top spot. I think Uke is already added his name, and if he gets one more, might be the king of the first blood, at least for an individual map. And LAG maybe not working mid anymore. That has been Hook and Brezi's playground. Arcades is right now the lone defender on B.
Always just keeping an eye on number 5 on the minimap. See what play he's going to be making. Arcades. Grenade's not going to bother him, a little bit too far away. Might have just tagged him up a little bit. Push now coming in here for LAG. Brezi, is he going to read this cross? Yes, he is. Watching it from dark. Boozer will find another. Arcades not going to be able to quite clean that one up, but Brezi is there to pick up the pieces. Assault left all on his own. They should be dead to rights. I've seen some 1v4s in my time. This one doesn't look like one whatsoever. Retreats back up, tries to get something going, but it's Seattle Surge said, boys, let's just get on with the next round.
And that's an interesting round as well, just for the fact that Arcades is defending the B site by himself with no trophy, and LAG just do not attack it at all. They take so long that Abuza, who's always watching over the A street, is back in the mix, and instead of just trying to overwhelm the lone defender out of sight, Surge able to get back in the action fast enough to take it as a full team, get Brezi watching the cross as well. So a moment where LAG, if they had been aggressive, what could have been, but instead find themselves down 5-4, already down 1-0 in the series. The pressure very much on.
Looking for another Hook first blood to solidify the win. Doesn't necessarily have the weight of the team on his shoulders, but definitely feels like he has been the catalyst on this map specifically. Really helping Surge out, and for the fact that he has found these first bloods, Seattle Surge are there to thank him for it. Push over towards A is looking very, very likely here. A lot of pressure. LAG sitting tight. Finds another.
Damn.
Wow. How on earth? He wouldn't even expect it, surely, for him to be there without getting the cross. He is now eventually going to make his way over towards the bomb site. Bomb was going down momentarily. Has to be careful though, because Assault is there to find one. Hook gets taken down by Diamond Con, and Boozer is there to be able to find another 2 versus 2. Astro versus Diamond Con is not going to be able to do anything there, but Boozer and Arcades now left in a 2 versus 1. They know exactly where he is. Shots coming in from both angles. They're surely just going to pinch this one. Here comes Abuza. There goes the S&D. Seattle Surge. 2 to the good. Another first blood coming in from Hook. And the round falls their way. A monstrous performance from Hook, which we believe is record-breaking. LAG, finding yourself 2 down.
Yeah, absolutely the record breaker. Hook doing it on that map. You have Fame, the connoisseur of electric creddy spots. You have Hook, the connoisseur of the first blood. Yeah, no, the absolute reaper on map 2. Godlike performance there from Hook, and that's a little insane as well for how some of those clutches started, right? Estrio clutches, I mean, I don't know if it's an effective 1v3, I think a 1 versus 2 where he kills 3 in the round, and even the round after that, it was the same thing. Just another clutch by Fame killing Arcades as well. In spite of the clutches, the overwhelming force, we don't get to see it on the stat page, but again, Hook, 6 first bloods, him and Brezi always on point for the trades towards the middle of the map, and maybe any opportunity that LAG had in any given round, just not able to execute. And an interesting point as well, I mean, I know the player that reacted the most in the player cams, I love being an armchair psychologist, after the map 1 loss was Diamond Con, not able to regain and bounce back for map number 2. So talking about a bounce back front. LAG, bit of a pain point now. Karachi Control, not the strongest map for either team. And Surge, maybe the only optimistic thing we had for them going into the series was this map, was how well they played against Toronto. Granted, still for a loss, but they're feeling good now.
Got to be feeling really good. Map number 1 and map number 2, very, very close. But realistically speaking, you find yourself up if you are 2-0 for Seattle Surge. Things are looking good. Can they maybe get a win on the board after yesterday wasn't too hot? Things that turn around. A battle at the bottom, a 6-pointer. May well just be 3 maps long. We've got map number 3 coming up right after this.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Slice up your competition with the Executive Chef Operator, now available in-game in the Call of Duty store. Start the season strong with the Call of Duty League Pack. Grab yourself the CDL Operator, Weapon Blueprint, and so much more. Check out the Call of Duty store in-game now. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Welcome back to the CDL. Wow, what is going on? He's the master fight. This guy is just, that's unbelievable.
Okay.
I knew we were coming back to him. This is not what I was expecting.
That is so good.
That caught me off guard.
Oh, that's perfect. I mean, for those of you who don't know, it's not a this year thing. It might have been a last year thing where anytime we'd show like the production behind the scenes, there would always be like one joke on one like screen. It was always Fike that was doing it. So right before we were told we're going to Fike in the Observer Pit, I was like, he better have something good. That was perfect. That was absolutely fantastic. But Fike amongst a very large team of observers, John Prosper, Q, and Josh doing a fantastic job, as those guys always have. So it's been a very interesting year on the front from the observing crew, but through thick and thin, these guys very professional, getting the job done, as is Seattle Surge, up 2-0, defying all odds, a massive clutch in the map one. And I mean, really, I don't know if you call it necessarily a massive clutch in map two. They were getting clutched on, but overall, they just took over and dominated. Efficient search and destroy. Hook monster on the first blood front as well. So Surge right now on point, looking to deliver. They just need their third and final map.
A little bit of momentum seems to be helping them out, and we're heading into a map. Well, I mean, the records speak for themselves.
Not great, you know, it's been better.
Yeah, no, it has been better. But Seattle Surge yesterday will take some positivity. Trick shots off top three are not from scrap. Seattle Surge definitely give them a game. They had to looking forward at one stage ultra, and that will give Seattle Surge some confidence heading into this one, as will the previous two maps. To head over towards B pretty much instantaneously. Coming out from Seattle. I feel like round number one's big. If they can find an attack to get things kicking, then all of a sudden, we're staring at a 3-0 potentially chance.
Oh, well, that is not a good start, right? RC's incredibly slow on that trade attempt, so Adam Assault able to gun you down, and really no map pressure or control, and now you're getting spawn killed. So as far as bad starts go, this is about the worst it can be. Assault's already getting damage in you off spawn. You can't even make it to a power position. Hook trying to clear house, can't get it done. Assault 3-0 off the rib, winning massive gunfights.
I may have cursed them. Good attacking round might have helped. Yeah, well, oh, well, okay, well, then here we go. They find 3 kills out of absolutely no.
Alrighty.
Okay, I mean, this just makes absolutely no sense, but here we are. Brezzy now finding his way over towards the back alley, and, well, LA Gorillas are going to know exactly what's going on here. One of them jumps over. The second one should find the trade. Abuza's there for a good 2, though. Break coming through. B now completely free. It's going to be at least a 2-stack coming on through. LA Gorillas need to make a choice here, and it looks like the choice is to give it up.
I mean, this is, you look, a 1-5 control team versus a 1-5 control team on Karachi. That was the best start from LAG, that they got bodied immediately. They had, like, I think 3 different clean 4 downs just about working the way up. So, I mean, they're down on lives, they're down on zone, and now they have to defend the A zone for the next minute and 15 seconds. Not a massive amount of time right now for Surge to work with, but it is the easier zone. You imagine they can get it done. Kills like that are going to go a long way. No power position from LAG. Everybody coming off spawn.
Booster on a 6 spray as well. That's definitely going to help things out. Seattle Surge just seem to have the wind in their sails right now. Assault's going to get caught by Brezzy, would like to think. Yep, just about finishes off that gunfight, and all of a sudden you can start to find some presence into that A point. Hook's in here, he will be hard to get rid of. You got somebody over towards top 3 side, but Diamondcon's going to gun Arcides, and all of a sudden Hook has to be on a swivel for up top. The push going to start coming through. Astral will find one, and Hook should be dead almost instantaneously. Can find one, unless he can just do it all on his own. Not going to happen. 3 dead. 15 versus 11 in terms of the lives. Seattle Surge do have that buffer, and they still have time to find a push over towards it, but 2 ticks already in.
And those 2 ticks, I mean, again, there was like a minute and 17 on the clock before they started that progress, so maybe 30 seconds of game clock burned, and they're 2/3 of the way there. Adam Assault actually right now on the point in a bit of a mixy spot, but still decent on the defensive setup. I mean, you've kind of flipped the map like halfway on its head. Kills getting traded back and forth, but right now for Surge, they just want to keep the pressure on. They have just cornered up Adam Assault, stuck on his zone.
Just looking in multiple different directions. Investment coming through from Abuza. Thinking that it's the right time to use it. Assault inside the point will find one. Brezzy is there to find the trade. Fam going to be back down. That first tick. Or final tickers just say it's starting to come on through, and no lives remaining now for the side of LAG. You've got to be absolutely perfect. The snap from Fame is anything but that. Seattle Surge, big round number 1 to find the attack.
And I'm kind of surprised LAG couldn't quite get it done towards the end as well. Set themselves up, but Fame maybe backing down, trying to calm to his teammates where the guys in the hill are laying, but couldn't quite execute, and that is a big moment for Surge. Again, that was the worst possible opening break on offense that you could have. You were stuck in your spawn. And I think if DiamondCon honestly has covert sneakers on, maybe it goes different, but why would you on the opening break? You're not expecting to be sneaky, but what was originally perfection, absolute collapse, and that's round. That's almost been sort of the way the series has gone in a sense. Abuza on point as well in that round, but frankly, just across the board on Surge, everybody doing their job.
Abuza has been very, very good over the entire 3 maps that we have seen so far, though. Looking good for Seattle Surge to maybe try and find themselves a win here. It'll be a huge one. We were discussing the 6-pointer carry on in the middle of the break there, but we'll maybe save that for maybe another time when Estrel is inside a B all on his own. Does have a little bit of backup maybe coming, but the distraction tactic will work. A will now be getting work done from the side of DiamondCon and Fame. Hook putting some shots in, but I don't know how much Seattle Surge are going to be able to do about this without any kills. They're going to have to try and find some progress and find some positioning over towards the red side. Top 3, not going to happen. 8, pretty much got it.
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 trophies on the zone as well, so there's no break opportunities in that direction, and that is off the back of Vestrial. Again, making that play over towards B, dragging the pressure, making the 8 cap nice and secure, so might be a long grueler of a defensive round. Surge very pushed up, though, so LAG, sort of a lot of players have been able to almost like walk through to get near the time, but it is an uncomfortable situation thinking you're free and clear. So yeah, LAG, everybody's scattered right now. It is a chaotic moment on this map. Fame the first one to strike and going to start the capture. So clock is going to be stopped. Surge for the moment out of the picture because LAG were allowed to walk straight through.
Okay. Well, here we are. One gunfight had happened before 2 players over from the LAG side got themselves into Diner, and all of a sudden this round has completely collapsed from Seattle Surge. It's going to be at least a 3-stack coming on through. One player does go down though, and Busa is able to find something. But is it going to be too little too late? Seattle Surge, you need Hoop to be sprinting forward right now and sprinting straight into gunfire. Somebody gets inside the point, not going to matter. Locked in.
That was such a weird round. I briefly forgot who was on offense and who was on defense because I was looking at it. I was like, well, LAG, they could just walk right to the zone, right? Like, that's how it's set up. And I was like, maybe they're on defense because the way the arrows look. No, that's not what happened. Seattle Surge, again, we're talking about things they're connoisseurs of. Hook, First Bloods, and Search and Destroy, and just weird defensive control rounds. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird, and it's consistent. I don't like a trend.
Yesterday, right?
It's happened every time I've watched these guys play control for the past 4 control maps, yes.
It's strange because, I mean, what they're doing on that defensive side, you know, getting a bit more presence over towards front ready, you know, being aggressive with the defense is great, but, I mean, you have to make sure that you have all bases covered. And then you win your gunfights if somebody does slip by, which they just are not able to do. Seattle Surge now pushing over towards this A side. Already 1 tick about to go through.
Ton, are you there? I might be lagging out. What's going on?
I think it might be our feed that we currently have right now. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, I'll just make it. I didn't know if that was me, if that was you. I can sort of see that stuff is going on right now, but I don't know. We can try to commentate this. I don't know what you're working with, but I got 3.5 pixels. I do know that LAG have a ton of presence on the map. I'm seeing Fame win gunfights, potential flanks going through to stop this A zone, but I know it's a bit of a distant route Fame is going to be taken. Not easy to work up the stairs. He's getting it done and really keeping that pressure on. Son, are you with me here? Should I just...
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I think our communications were just bugging out for a certain degree. Yeah, I'm also with you on a couple of pixels, but we can get a general gist. Look, Seattle point is secured. We can see that. No problem whatsoever. Looking like it is going to be LAG with plenty of control over towards that B side. Should be able to lock this in on the defensive front at least anyway. Can Seattle Surge maybe find something here? Plenty of control over towards the mid-map though, but not a bad setup from LAG from what I can tell.
I mean, no, look good. Number 2 on the mini-map, still being incredibly annoying over by, like, Chicken Coop side of the map as well, picking up kills on Hook. So, absolute nuisance on the map. LAG, just a firm spread. I mean, Brezzy having to invest a decent bit of time to try to hunt these players down, and Estriel not making it easy for anybody. Arcades does get the trade and maybe open up a little bit of pressure over towards the B zone, but not all of it. Diamondcon on that back line, able to make sure you keep things under lock and key. Maybe a hook flank coming through as well, but everything for the moment getting red. LAG nice and stable, under control.
For now, in a prime spot. Lives in their favor by about 4 or 5. Push going to start coming through. Ezreal's going to win that one. Not be able to find the second. Ezreal will fall down. Diamondcon trying to look down from his side. The point can't seem to find it. The shot's starting to come through Fame. Trying to stay alive over towards the red side. If you're Estriel, you need to find something here. Seattle Surge do have bodies inside the point. The next couple of gunfights are going to be absolutely massive. Contest comes through. Shots in from a solid. We'll start to slow this down. Seattle Surge, though, starting to posture, starting to find a bit more map control.
What an angle, too. Yeah, good timing on like the little belly crawl. Brezzy might be the guy making the play on the dumpster as well. Fries him. Slam. Back alley. Chow is there. Brezzy making plays. The floodgates are open for everybody else to fill in. Surge, they made it to the zone. The kills are flowing their way. They got the bodies on point. Everything going right. LAG, only one player making it out. Can they do it with any sort of kills? The zone nearly done. The contest is in, but is it going to be enough? Players on the back line gone, and Brezzy and Surge out here making plays.
Fantastic work coming in from Brezzy. Breaks it open with the help of his teammates. Finds the 3 inside the point though, and that makes the difference. Big plays coming in from Brezzy. Seattle Surge 1 round away from finding themselves a 3-0 win against LAG, but plenty of Call of Duty to potentially left to be played here. Not sure which way this one goes, but for LAG, you need to find something. Over towards the attacking side for them. They were able to find it last time. Seattle Surge, if they can be tighter on these defenses, they will win this series. It's as simple as that.
Well, they certainly have extra help in this one, right? You got Arcades with the cruise missile in hand. He finished that round on a spree. Brezzy sets him up. Arcades knocks it down. So a cruise missile on this map could be utterly devastating. You do have to be on point with when you want to time out the call. You don't want to lose a 3v14. That would be awkward. So Arcades needs to stay on top of things. In the meantime, Brezzy, nice little first blood towards the middle of the map. Get him off the zone and just continue to be annoying on the defensive end. LAG, more or less, are going to be stuck in their spawn.
Tricky spot now for LAG. Can they turn it around here? Because look, realistically, they would have been coming into this game thinking to themselves, this is a very good opportunity to try and find a win. But Seattle Surge, same can be said for them, and they have taken the opportunity with both hands so far. Losing it at this moment in time, though. Brezzy now on the flank is not going to be able to find anything, but I don't mind the fact that he's dipping out just to try and be a nuisance. Now everybody else is going to start converging over towards the point. Hook's going to try and do something. He can do a lot. Arcity's streak coming in. You're losing it. Not for long. Bomb hits. Good job from Seattle Surge. That was 3 dead momentarily, and all of a sudden, LA Gorillas back to square one.
And it's just like successful annoyance, right? You're just fighting off spawn and fighting off spawn, running into hook, power positions. You don't got them. If you want to go through junk, you're going to get picked apart. Surge right now, the stranglehold on the map is in. Fame in the meantime, can't remember when he even got this cruise. Might have been round 1. Invests it here, takes down Arcades, and opens up a bit of pressure on the map. But LAG have to execute off of this. I mean, 20 seconds left on the game clock, but looks like that A zone is going to be secure. So use the investment of the cruise. You at least buy yourself a little bit of a lifeline opportunity. 1:20 right now from LAG to work with.
3 kills just fly through again, though, out of absolutely nothing. Abuser is left alive and kicking for Seattle Surge, and all of a sudden, LA Gorillas can potentially smell blood here. Abuser's now dealt with everybody coming in off the respawn. Assault will find himself up top. The kill starting to flow. Once again, these attacking rounds have just been so simple for teams to try and find. The gunfights working in their favor. Seattle Surge do have bodies over towards this point. They're going to find the gunfights as well. Brezzy, Abuser combining well, but assault from behind is never going to be a good thing. Oh, Hook turns at the right time. Fame is able to find a kill. Seattle Surge do have some numbers to potentially do something about this, but they just about shut the attack down. Fame is the only one who's made it through. He's momentarily all on his own. Brezzy will find 2 though, so no reinforcements just yet.
I mean, he's the guy you want in this position. He's got 28 kills, but he just does not have any help. He's calling everybody out, but the reinforcements never there. Arcitys through explosions finding extra kills. And right now, LAG just desperate to find any opening on square one, and just 12 seconds left on the game clock. You got to flood straight through. This is looking like a Surge 3-0.
Let's go. Can we find it? LA Gorillas, you need to find a breakthrough, but Hook up top just shutting it down, and that may well be the game. Nobody there from LAG. Seattle Surge 3-0 against LAG. A monumental win for them in their season. Can they get things up and running? It's a good start from the Seattle Surge on the win column. 3-0 against LAG.
Getting the job done. 2 teams maybe on a downward spiral. An opportunity to stop the bleeding. Surge execute. And honestly, predictions be damned. I think that might have been one of the more lopsided LAG sort of picked wins. I know Nameless literally threw in a last-second change to switch the pick, so it was a great call in those final moments. But I mean, Surge, gotta tip the cap. They were down bad in that first hard point. It was a long run comeback that they had to orchestrate. They get the job done, executing round after round in search and destroy as well. And again, the shining light that we thought was going to be for this team, the Karachi Control. Maybe one awkward round, a little bit strange, doesn't matter. Got the job done, 3-1 victory, and great work really just across the board. Brezzy especially, 4,600 damage, 25 kills, really open up the map for the teammates. And obviously Arcitys, map got opened up for him, slams in the end, right? 4,200 damage, gets a cruise missile, so teamwork right there from Surge. One of the better series they've played, certainly in quite some time.
100%. Really good.